Let's see how to tell if she's faking it. Picture this. You are smiling ear to ear from an unforgettable experience with your lover. It felt so good that it crossed your mind if she felt the same way as you do, or doesn't. Then feelings of uncertainty started to creep in. What if she didn't feel the same way? What if it was only you who enjoyed it? A lot of what ifs boggling in your mind. So, in this video, we are going to reveal 8 secret ways to tell if she's faking it. But before we tell you the secrets, did you know that 75% of women don't reach their climax to the deed alone? So, you're lucky if your woman belongs to the 25% who do. Now you'd ask, what if she belongs to the 75%? Does that mean she's faking it all the time? Fret not, you've come to the right place. Now the moment you've been waiting for. Drum roll, please. The first way you could tell is her breathing. You should pay attention to her breathing. Is she breathing normally? If yes, it's one sure way she's faking it. She couldn't fake her breathing and moans at once, right? You couldn't do those things at the same time. A genuine climax would involve raging breathing or uncontrolled. If she's really in the moment, it's something you cannot control. Can you breathe normally while you are moaning? I don't think so. After paying attention to her breathing, it's the moans that go next. Does her noise sound repetitive? Too sexy to be true? If that's the case, she might be faking it. Moans are either voluntary or involuntary, which is why they can be hard to identify at times. That is why you should listen carefully in order to identify if she really is speaking tongues or just humming a choreographed sound to make it seem like she's almost there. Here's a bonus. Fake moans go with a few words like go faster or more. Those are sugar-coated. Just finish it already. No woman who's near her climax would want to change lanes. Moreover, one thing to get her off is to keep the pace and not an accelerating speed. The third one would be kissing. You must be asking, why kissing? Isn't making out the building block to intimacy? Isn't it a way to turn each other on? As said a while ago, it's just a building block. It doesn't have to be continuous. Sure, women love kissing, but when the mood's been set to go to Climax USA, you won't be able to maintain the momentum of kissing while looking for the perfect position to climax in. If you're headed there, she might ignore lip locking. Although there's also a slim chance that kissing once in a while is still possible while getting there, or else it would be sloppy kisses as she moans in your mouth if ever she reaches her zenith. Now onto the fourth one. We're halfway there. Now, eyes on the screen. Eye, captain. Eye contact is the key, but is this to check if her pupils are dilated? Somehow. But this can be a little tricky. Eye contact during the deed can be really sexy, and it is a form of connection. But the thing is, if she's really near, you might want to observe if she's rapidly blinking. Eyes rolling at the back of her head and a few eye contacts with you means it is genuine. The presence of eye movement is a good sign and it is sexy. But if it's a dead stare, that is one obvious sign she's faking it. This isn't a staring contest to begin with. Timing is everything, they say. But clearly, that isn't applicable to climaxing together. That goes to number 5, timing. It would be sketchy if she comes just in time with you. Men are visual creatures. They can be easily aroused by their sense of sight. Unlike men, women need to be really in the moment first before she gets turned on. And that doesn't end there. It takes time for women to be fully aroused, even mentally. That is why they need a little more time to get the switch on. According to experts, it generally takes 20 minutes on average for a woman to reach her peak. Or, for some, that 20 minutes could be just petting and not the deed yet. So, if this time hasn't gone by, chances are it's a foxo. Uh-oh. Getting off together doesn't happen a lot, but if you noticed a pattern that she climaxes right after you do, odds are she might be faking it. It is quite rare when a man getting off pushes her to the peak. Maybe she doesn't feel much because of a joystick dysfunction problem. If you want to know for sure, take our short quiz in the description and you'll have the answer in less than 5 minutes. Kegels, Kegels, Kegels. This goes for number 6. Kegels are known to be pelvic exercises. In fact, this is beneficial for men and women alike. It is commonly known to improve orgasms, but there are so much more health benefits behind it, such as improving bowel and bladder functions. You might be wondering why Kegels is one of the signs to look for to know if she's faking it. Are you familiar with the term? Or maybe you know the act of doing it, but didn't know that it's called Kegels. For easy explanation, Kegels is the squeezing motion you do in your pelvis to hold in your pee. So, what does it have to do with fake orgasms? Clue word: squeezing. When a woman reaches her climax, her inside muscles contract noticeably, quickly squeezing your member or your finger. The giveaway is the word quickly, which is different from Kegel. Her insides can purposely squeeze your member, but this is not what you're looking for. It is the timed squeeze. A climax is uncontrollable. The moan, the spasms, and most importantly, the quick irregular spasms from the inside. It is supposed to give you a fluttering feeling, and not timed squeezes. The next sign isn't something a woman can fake. It is a natural response of the body. And on to our 7th sign, perspiration or sweating. Reaching the peak causes a domino effect on your body. Your heart rate goes up, which leads to higher blood pressure and quicker pulses. Even if you do it in an igloo, surely it would hardly be noticeable, but check these body parts. The creases of her elbows, and at the back of her knees, her temples, at the small of her back, and between her breasts. You will feel these parts clammy, even in the cold. There is no escape at this step. I guarantee you her body won't lie. We have no control over the natural responses of our body, no matter how hard we try to suppress them. After doing the deed, there are still a few things left on your checklist to observe. Could you recall the feeling of reaching your peak? Along with the release of your pent-up ecstasy, you feel as if your energy came along with it, as well as leaving you weak and tired. If that didn't happen for her, chances are she didn't reach her peak. This brings us to the 8th and the last sign, uptight as a rock. You wouldn't expect her to be as rigid as a rock after a mind-blowing high if you thought she did climax. You should be melting in each other's arms or flopped in bed laying side by side catching your breaths. If she just lays there staring at the ceiling not catching her breath after a big O, as you thought, that means she didn't. It would be worse if she turns her back on you and pulls the sheet. That would have been so obvious. To wrap it all up, after taking into consideration the secrets we've revealed to you on how to know if she's faked it, it would be of great importance if you pay attention to how she naturally reaches her zenith every time you go down on her. Now that you can tell if she's faked it, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Let us know what you think by leaving a comment down below. Thank you so much for watching.